Well, we got off to a really good start, so that was what I was hoping for. Defense was really good. Those first 6 minutes, I think we got up 15 or 17 points. So it's just much easier to play, from ahead when you can set a tone right away. But with that said, I wasn't particularly pleased with the rest of the game. I thought we won on talent. Andrew and Steph, both put up big numbers, and Draymond made some great plays, and we had some good individual outings, but I didn't feel like we played a great game and didn't feel like we moved the ball very well. But we take the win and come back tomorrow and try to get better.
When it comes to Wiggins, he said, again, he's happy here. And when you look at his role in Minnesota, when he was the centerpiece of an offense, do you see some of the weight off of his shoulders getting to play here and being a compliment?
Well, I know he's enjoying it, and we're enjoying having him here. He's been a great addition to our team. And this is just how the NBA goes. I think I said it to you guys pregame. Most players are subject to circumstance, and I think we have a really good situation for Andrew. And it's not easy being the number one pick and trying to carry a franchise. That's a job only a select few in this league can really take on. So I just think Andrew's in a good place. He's doing everything we've asked. Defensively, he's been fantastic. He's a joy to coach. He's in a good rhythm on offense, and just a great addition to our team.
He's now 6th in the league in blocks. How important has that aspect of his defense been?
Yeah, it's been a really big deal. I know we talked a lot about it when we traded for him, just his length and athleticism, and I think he's really using it defensively. He's pursuing guys on the dribble and challenging shots from behind, blocking shots at the rim, just using his gifts with a lot of energy to play at a high level.
Hi, Steve. Janie McCauley from AP. Along those lines, what does it say about just his timing and anticipation when he has 3 steals, 3 blocks, six offensive rebounds for you guys?
Yeah, the activity level is really key. I don't know that it comes naturally to him. He's obviously incredibly athletic and he's got long limbs, but I think he's done a really good job of embracing the role that we asked of him. We really talked over the summer about him being, an all defensive team member, and I don't know if it's going to happen. I think he should absolutely be in consideration. I mean, the numbers are going to show up pretty well for him, and the main thing for us is that he's providing the length and athleticism and energy that we desperately needed on the wing. So he's doing a hell of a job.
Steve, could you explain to us lay people why is it Looney is so effective? Why when he's on the court things just seem to always work out well for the team?
I'm sorry, Marcus. Who's that? With Looney?
Kevon Looney, yeah.
Looney's just rock solid. He knows how to play. He's always making the right screen, the right pass, the right box out. He's got a great feel for the game. It's really interesting. Some players just feel it and see it, and some don't. And Looney really sees it, and it's never going to show up in the box score. And I'm looking at it right now: 2 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and plus 21 in his 19 minutes. So he just seems to make the group whole when he's out there. It's why he played so many important minutes for us over the years, in deep into playoff runs. And that's why I wanted to start him tonight, just to get some direction and some continuity defensively to start the game, to help us get off to a better start. And he did that. And then I thought James really did a good job, coming in his minutes and providing energy and doing what he does in terms of scoring and rebounding, just finding ways to use his athleticism.
If I may follow, does he remind you of anybody from your playing days?
Talking about Looney?
Yeah.
I'll think about it. I think he does, but I can't think of who it is right now. But he does have an old soul and a kind of an old school game, and I'll think of somebody for you.
Steve, you touched on this a little bit before the game, but how hard is it to try and win and develop at the same time? And what do you say to people who say if one of the key goals of the season is to develop Wiseman, shouldn't he be playing more than 5 minutes in the first half and 16 in the game?
Well, I would say that development, it doesn't equal playing time, or vice versa. It's development is really something that is it's tougher to define. It's really about understanding the game, learning the game. Sometimes you can learn observing from the bench a little bit. We're figuring out creative ways to try to teach him in practice sessions, between games. His development is happening all the time. He's working every day with Theo Robertson, Chris DeMarco, watching tape, individual workouts, 3-on-3. So it's really the whole process, Nick. And as you said from the beginning, we're trying to win games too. And so I have to figure out what that means. And all it meant tonight was, let's start Loon. Let's try to get off to a better start, flip their roles. And I think it worked out well. And doesn't mean I'm going to do it the whole year. It just feels like what I should do right now.
Well, hi, Steve. Carlos Ramirez from BC Bay Area. Tonight was Kelly's first game with 4 assists of the season. First time he's done it since last year, December 2019, actually. And it's the 12th time it's happened in his career. What do you see today from Kelly as a facilitator, and can he become a better passer, do you think?
Well, I mentioned during my comments earlier, I didn't think we moved the ball very well today. I thought Kelly made some good plays. Had a couple of assists early in the game. I think he found Steph. He set a nice screen for him and popped him open too. And so I think Kelly's starting to get a feel for how we play. It's just that's not who he is. He's not a distributor. He's not a guy who's going to handle the ball and make a lot of plays for people. He's going to be on the finishing end of plays. He's going to defend his man like crazy and use his athleticism and do a lot of really positive things for us. And I thought he did that tonight.
Steve, how do you think the turnovers hurt you and the fact that Malik Beasley, their best player tonight, kept getting open looks?
Yeah, we got very careless. Steph, I thought got careless in the third quarter. Actually in the first as well. I mean, Steph is such a unique player. 36 points. He completely took over the game. And yet the way the game started, he looked out of it. He wasn't locked in. He wasn't focused. So it's kind of all part of the Steph Curry experience, to be honest with you. He's just he just looks like he's having so much fun out there all the time. And sometimes he's out there playing and he gets a little careless, but obviously we're willing to live with it because he makes so many incredible plays and makes such a huge impact on the game. But every once in a while, we just got to reel him in and get him to lock in and take care of the ball.
Why do you think Beasley got so many open looks on the other end?
Well, he made a few of those steals, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I know he had one that led to a dunk, and then they do a good job of moving him around. Rubio found him a few times. They ran some good stuff for him. Beasley's a good player. He's tough to handle. Anthony, what do you got?
Yeah, you rearranged that kind of second unit with James, and you brought Mulder and kind of pinned them together, still with your main guys. What do you like about that 5-man combo?
Well, tonight was about looking at different groupings, different pairings. We want to get some shooting on the floor while James is out there, so that we can space a little bit and open up the lane so he can dive. And Mike's done a really good job for us when we've played him this year. He's been in and out of the rotation, just like Jordan and Bays was out early on, and so we haven't really settled on anything. I'm really just trying to give everybody a look and take a longer look at some different rotations, and that was the thinking with Mulder and James coming in at the same time.
Steve, you mentioned how much fun it looks like Steph has when he takes over games like that, particularly late in that fourth quarter. What is it like from your perspective? You're no stranger to those kind of flurries, if you will, but what is it like from your perspective when you're sitting there watching that go down?
Well, it's just, first of all, you enjoy the show because what he does is so brilliant and so rare. And to watch him perform and have so much fun doing it, what a gift. What a gift for our fans, but even a gift for me, for our coaching staff, for his teammates. We talk all the time about how lucky we are to be doing this. And I think we're especially lucky to be doing this with Steph because he elevates the level of fun and joy and energy, and he just lights up the whole building.
I mean, I feel like you want me to ask this question now. So with that being said, I won't do that. I'll ask a different question. How do you manage getting Steph rhythm? You spend some time with him off the ball, you put him on the ball. How do you, as his coach, manage making sure he has the rhythm since he is such a rhythm-filled player?
When I'm done, I want you to ask the first question because I'm very.
I was just gonna say, well, why not do it from the beginning?
What's that?
Give him the ball, let him shoot, let him do everything. But I was just being a troll.
No, I think you guys who have watched our team for a long time, you know the difference between us clicking with ball movement and everybody engaged and everybody playing with force, and Steph just chucking. There's a totally different vibe, and we've had a couple games this year. I'll mention one in Denver. We had no energy, nobody was involved. Steph had an incredible offensive performance, but there was no engagement, there was no traction as a team, and so the reason for mixing it up and not just giving it to Steph and saying, just make a play for the rest of the night every time. You're trying to engage the team and you're trying to build something that's greater than the sum of its parts. And when Steph is at his best, he's flying off screens. Two defenders are running at him. We're slipping to the rim. Guys are getting dunks. Everybody's happy. Everybody's engaged. The defense is frustrated because they can't load up on him. And Steph knows that. And so that's always the balance we're trying to find, Marcus. We're just, we want him to be aggressive, but if we just had him run pick and roll every time, I don't think our team would be that good, frankly.
So from that perspective, right, and I don't know, maybe Steph's 32. Do you think about, it seems like sometimes it's all right, the offense is struggling, he's off the ball, and then it's okay, now you need Steph to score. And tonight, he poured it on, but when he doesn't have it, it doesn't seem, I don't know if you feel like it's that automatic for you to turn to Steph and say, okay, now go get us 15. We need you to bail us out. Do you think about that as you're weighing the on-off calculus about how to get him looks early so he can?
I mean, I think this team is much different. I think a few years ago that was something we could almost generate, with lineups and maybe a couple of different actions, and obviously having Clay on the other side of the floor changes the geometry. And with this team, it's different. I don't know that we've ever seen teams load up on Steph as much as teams have this year. And so it's not as simple as, running drags or double drags at half court because, people are sending the cavalry at them. And so we've got to find other ways to create rhythm.
Does even a small part of you at any point tonight go like, yes, that helps our draft pick when you beat Minnesota?
Yes, I'll be honest. Yes. Yeah. That's, why not? See you guys later.